this. So, oh, I always do that. I need Brenda downstairs helping me with this. But yeah, you've got all these features on here to make posting just easier.
Excuse me, can I just ask you,
Yeah.
what you just left? Was one of those little symbols open house, or did I miss something?
No, so
Oh.
for like a live video, I would say do that at like an open house because then it notifies everyone that you went live. Yep. And I think Joe, is it you? You'll do an open house and a little preview, or Marianne, someone does.
I do it
Yeah.
as an event,
Yeah, which is perfect.
Yeah.
You can do that too.
but you can only do it on your business.
The event?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's it.
yeah.
So with that, that brings us over to what these pages look like. So this is a business page, and like Joe had mentioned, you can manage your events in here. But what you really want, you've got an intro, and your guys's will be pretty similar to this because intros are very they character count. So you only have a certain amount of characters you can put in there. So in terms of like being searchable and just showing people really quick what you're doing, instead of your premier real estate office, you would be your premier real estate agent, advisor, anything like that for Lake Cuyahoga, Ashtabula, Geauga counties. And you just put that in there. And then you want to make sure all of your information is up to date when you're on here. And then any affiliations you have, which would be with our brokerage, you want to make sure you have your brokerage logo on your posts or up here in your header image. Anything like that, you do have to have that affiliation in there. And so you can put it in multiple places, your posts, things like that. And then Facebook is great for all kinds of content, realistically. They've become very versatile. You can do long form videos, so similar to YouTube, you can really have a lot of content on here, or you can do the short form like Reels, things like that, which is very similar to TikTok and Instagram. You can do just static posts, images. You can do multiple posts. I think you can do it to like 40 at a time on some of them. And they kind of create like this. And then you can even just do text posts, very similar to like LinkedIn or other platforms. You can just have stuff written out, and it'll let you do that. So lots of great ways to use Facebook. And another way on here is going to be advertisements as well. So since you are a business, and if you create a business account, you can run ads through here. Or you can boost your posts with a very similar effect, and get phone calls, text messages, private messages, however you want through here. So any specific questions on Facebook or posting or anything of that matter? Do's, don'ts?
There's something mentions, what would that be? In the line next to about?
So mentions is going to be who mentions you.
Oh,
So like the Claire Jasbeck team mentioned us when they had this congratulations here. So
Like getting tagged.
exactly. It's just when someone tags you on something, this is where it all pops up.
So my page does have at the very top, what's on your mind, but it doesn't have that intro section.
So on the post here, you've got this, but there's no bio here.
Right.
Does it have the option to edit the bio?
Sandy Woods.
You're good. Oh, you're good. I'm skinny.
Got this, nothing over here.
Seems like when I go into Facebook on my computer, it needs to be refreshed or something. Does it seem like it's
There you go.
I would relog in every time just in case, like refresh like a new window every time. Yeah, makes things easier.
just a different place, huh?
Yes.
Sweet.
Oh. So,
And you can edit all of this stuff on your phone as well. All of that information, things like
You know, I kind of did it backwards and I shouldn't have, but because I had so many friends
that.
that I used my personal page to promote the real estate business more than my business page.
Which isn't a bad thing. Yeah, and I say it's a good idea to cross post things.
I do it on both
Yeah.
anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That way they know that it's you both times, no matter what. And then if they want to follow more real estate specific stuff, they know where to go just to engage with that. So I don't think it's a bad thing either way. I mean, being a realtor, it is very unique that you are your business all the time. So I don't think it's odd to post onto your personal page like that.
So do you want me to go to my business page or personal?
We're just kind of doing a tour of anything, but it's either or. So this is what your personal page looks like. When you switch over, you don't have all of the features on the left-hand side. If you notice, like the ads, the professional dashboard, things like that, it's very limited. So that's on your business page. If you're on your business page, you will have it.
Oh.
But if you're on your personal page, so you'll see it's all here now. If you're on your personal page and you switch over, you're not going to have all of that. So it's much more simple. You've just got your information. This is where you're going to link the brokerage. All of you work at Keller Williams Realty Greater Cleveland Northeast. So it would be realtor at Keller Williams Realty Greater Cleveland Northeast, because that's our business page.
Another question. Could you teach a class about Meta?
Meta?
Yeah, do you use Meta?
So like, do you mean like the Meta Business Suite?
Yes, yes, yes.
So that one can get very in-depth. Because when you look at it, it's a whole lot in here. This is where you can schedule out posts. This is where you can run ads. You can manage all of that. It's also got a lead CRM type dashboard. So you can go down the list. I would say if you are going to run ads, specifically like advertisement ads, I would do it through Command because it's a lot easier
Do through
through Command.
Command, okay.
Yeah. And then all of your leads, you don't have to come in here and check for leads. They'll just go directly into your Command account. So it just saves you a whole other step. And it's a lot easier to set up the ads in Command than it is in here.
Heavy.
Yeah. Same with like content planning as well. In Command, you can do it up to a year out, and here you can only do it 3 months. So if
And
you
you post right to our Facebook accounts or,
and the Instagram accounts as
Instagram.
well. Yeah.
okay.
So for those two, I highly recommend just using Command for that. It's way easier. You can do more on it, and it's just synced in there for you guys.
When
Now-
I'm on my first page, I do have all those options on the far left. I've got my name, Meta AI, friends, dashboard, groups, memories, see more. I have all that when I'm on my personal page, just thought I'd.
Friends dashboard,
Yeah, I see all that.
that's probably still your personal, unless you see Meta Business Suite is the only one that'll be like really different.
Oh, so you're saying on my business page, I won't see all that, so I do see that on the person, that's all.
Might be back and forth. Either way, you can click on them. Just because I can't see your screen, so I don't know exactly where you're at. But that's Facebook. It's a little bit about the Meta Suite. So, any questions about anything that we went over there? No? Anyone online? Cool. So the next thing that we're going to go into is Instagram. So Facebook's kind of other half. Now, when Instagram was originally created, it is images only. Like you can't post just text on here, if you guys haven't noticed. You also can't post links. So it is very image heavy, and that's really all it was designed for when Instagram first came out. So you'll see a lot of stuff is carousels or all of these things like that. It's all pretty much images and videos now, of course, because everything has reels in the short form content. And
Excuse me,
yeah,
it's not just a picture, like it could be about the junk lover. That's an image?
this is an image, yeah.
Alright, so,
But it will always make you put an image. You can't just put text in here like you can on Facebook. And you also can't post links. So even if you put in a description a link over here, no one can click it. So it is very different in that aspect. So you have to really just make sure all of your content is either a video or a photo that's engaging and has all the information that you need on it. And so with your profile on these, it looks a little bit different, but it's pretty similar. So if you'll look here, this is our Instagram, and it's got a similar bio. You want to make sure you put your service areas as a real estate agent, very similar to the other one. So this one says Ashtabula, Geauga, and Lake County's fastest growing real estate company, right? Looking for a residential or commercial property, give us a call. And then you've got our links, our address, and what we do. And so yours is going to be set up very similar. You'll put your service areas in real estate advisor or anything like that. And then you can put your phone number in there as well. And I recommend putting whatever website links you have here as well. And then up here, you've got a few different options. You've got stories on both. Which, does anyone know the difference between a story and a reel?
Isn't it the length?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
So a story is going to be temporary post. So it's only on here for 24 hours and then it goes away. They're all stored somewhere, so you can always go back and view them, but the public can't view them. A story, it's only 24 hours. And so with that, you can post things to your story. So like if I wanted to put this, I would hit share. And then I should be able to add it to my story unless it's different on here, which it probably is. Share to, and then let's see. Oh, that's always fun. I'm lost on here myself. About this account, embed, copy link.
Get myself around and see because I do, I trip around and
Which yeah, I don't know why it doesn't pop up on here right now.
answering and people.
Yeah. Look around the room. Social networking for boomers.
It's okay. If you guys need the info, that's what it's here for, right? So this one, you can share it to your story. I'm not sure why I can't find it on the desktop, but I know you can on your mobile. And then up here, you can pin things as well. So these are called your highlights. I'll explain that right now. So these are called your highlights, and it's your stories that you can pin up there to be permanent. So for some people, they would like to, if they post a market update on their story once a week, right? It lasts for 24 hours. It normally does get more exposure to your friends. You can then pin it up here as market updates. So then we have all of our market updates on this one highlight. And so we would go through and you can see it's loading up all the stories. And I could click one of these or two of these. And then
Is going to. It will no longer just be a 24-hour. Something that's be a 24-hour. If you pin it, it will be
it stays there.
state.
Yep.
Look
And
at your
that's-
profile.
Yeah, and it stays right here at the top. So if you look, which, yeah, so we've got market update. This is the one that I just created. It's now here. And it's going to be those stories, which that got really small. And then people can view these all the time. Which I'll now have to remove this so Kelly doesn't get mad at me. Which I'll have to figure that out later. Right? I'll let Kelly figure it out. But so you can do that for all sorts of different things. If you post like your new listings, sold listings, anything like that, you could put them in there and just keep everything organized. Because then when people view your profile, they can be like, oh, look, these are all the market updates. This is the services they offer. Oh, look, they're selling homes. Reviews is a good one to put up there. Because then they're just all sitting right there. So client testimonials or testimonials reviews. Post them to your story, and then you're able to put them on these pins as well.
If you're pinning them to your story, what kind of a story would you pin all these types of things to? Because they're all desirable, like testimonials up there, you want to show houses you sold, or but you're saying you're pinning it to a story.
Other way around, you pin the story to your homepage.
Okay, so
It goes up here. We're adding it to these circles. So we click this plus, you'll see a new on there. And then you
Okay.
add, and then
Okay,
all of your stories will pop up. So then you'll see them here. You do have to post them as a story. And if you can see, all of ours are reposts of our posts. That's why I'm a little annoyed. I can't figure out how to put this on a story right now. But you will post this to your story, and then you'll be able to pin it up here. And that's the only way to do it. You can't pin any other posts up there like that. You can, however, pin these to the top, which I think is probably over here.
tell my granddaughter she could probably make money on the side by going into people's homes, training them.
Probably,
How,
yes.
you know, boomers, whatever, just walking it through in your own home, right? Exactly how to work these things.
And this one does, because it's so much easier on the phone. This one does work better on the phone, I will say.
Instagram, yeah.
Instagram's much better on the phone because for me, I'm not able to figure
It's
this out
made
right
for
now.
that,
Right.
yeah.
Because you got your camera on your phone, everything like that. Facebook's much better on desktop for sure. But yeah, so there's some uniqueness to Instagram, but ultimately it's all photo and video based at the end of the day. So everything you post should be photos and videos, kind of similar to how all of this is.
Just make sure you post an open house in Facebook. It's gonna go to Instagram. You don't need to do it yet again.
If they're synced.
If they're synced, you have to have them synced, which you probably do.
All right.
And you have them synced and it posts to both, but you do have to have that set up that way, yes. And it's got the ability to do both, you should say.
Before I leave, see if I'm mine or something.
Yeah. We can do that. So with Instagram, market updates are really great, quick, funny videos, right? And this is the same for Facebook, but at the end of the day, you want to keep everything kind of like that. You can also post personal stuff, depending on how you like to run your business. You can have as many Instagram accounts as you would like as well, which I think is very beneficial. So you can create a personal one and a business one if you want to keep things separate in that way. And I think that that can be very helpful. Something that Gary Vee also suggested, he said he's got like 10 Instagram accounts or something like that, but he's got them for different interests. Like he's got one for baseball cards or whatever it was. He's got one for his animation kind of interest, things like that. And so you can also do something similar. Because with social media, people like what they connect with, right? What they find valuable. So you can have a different handle. Like you could have one just for your Joe Talks on Instagram, right? If you start doing that. And then people would know to follow that and you would have them all linked. But it's another option with Instagram that's different than Facebook. Because Facebook, you can only have one account person wise, and then everything else is business accounts, right?
That's very interesting.
Cool. So any questions for me on Instagram?
No,
When I started off Instagram, looking at the coding and business, but I never really learned how to work with it too much. I go in and I find myself commenting on other people's things more often than creating my own.
Which there's nothing wrong with that either.
Do it, and I've ended up following people that were interesting to me, which were either family, friends, or political type posts. So what started off as for real estate has ended up more personal. So I would probably like to create one that was going to be more focused on business.
You can do that, definitely.
Can I change the name of the one that I have, or what we call it, a handle, or can we change that? Good, because I like to leave that one as it is, but it has RE period and segments, that's very more business than I'd like that to be.
Yeah, you can change everything, and that's true for all social media profiles. You can change the names, things like that, and create separate ones. So for the next one,
It exists.
Yeah.
It already is what it is.
so for the next one, we're gonna go into Nextdoor, which Linda says that she uses. Does anyone else use Nextdoor? Anyone online? Brenda, have you tried Nextdoor? No?
As you know more. It takes the street name and it's very similar to a next door. But I thought it was just all the people that lived on Millmore Drive. And then when I got in there, I found out it's people that live all over Lake County. So it might be like a.
So, yeah, I'm not familiar with
Not next.
what that is, but for Nextdoor, this is going to be neighborhood based. So all of these options, just nextdoor.com, yes. So for all of these, when you post something, you can create events, you can poll your neighbors, and then you can post specifically in locations. So we'll allow location. I could post using this location that I'm currently in. I can move it to wherever I need it to be. And I could say use this location and this is where I'm at. and I'm gonna share an update with that community.
Something
So
like this would be good for open houses?
yes, it'd be
Okay.
very good for open houses.
All right.
It's also good just for building connection with your kind of farm area, your sphere, anything like that, people around you, if that's something that you do, because you've got your neighborhood.
When you do that, do you like do a diameter? Like,
Not necessarily. So the way that this one works is it's gonna attach it to whatever that neighborhood is associated with over there. So this is like saying this is the location that I'm in, and then it's gonna choose the neighborhood that that location is in.
okay,
And then you've got these two options in an event where you can poll, and then you can add images or videos into here as well.
Charity farming, you could, like pull up just that neighborhood and send out the very postcard that you're sending out to them too, so they're seeing it on next door and they're seeing it in the mailbox.
could you put a Canva postcard on there? Yeah,
You can put whatever images you want on here. I don't think I have. I've got this one of Chandler here. So you just add the image and then you can put a caption onto the image and then you post it.
so let's say, Linda, you still in the condo?
No, I moved from the condo.
You just got a house.
Okay, so, all right, in your house, Linda wants to take some, puts her address, puts a card up, hi, I'm Linda DePietro, your neighborhood realtor.
Mhm.
Blah, 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 blah. And then sends that out, that people in the neighborhood that are on next door would see her.
Yep.
I go, oh, I think I want Linda to come look at my house.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
maybe a fee though too. I don't know if that's required, mostly to boost an ad, I believe. I don't think it's free. Not sure.
So the account itself, you can post to it for free, but if you want to boost something, you have to pay for
Okay.
it for sure. And
Doesn't
with
get much.
no, yeah, and it's similar to like Facebook, how you can boost things as well. You can also run ads through here on Nextdoor, which isn't a bad thing because all of these people are living somewhere, most likely invested in their community in some way or another. And you can do that. You can just promote your business, you can promote your website, or you can get leads as well.
You have, when you go in there, is it the same concept of following people? Is it like that, or you are gonna have next door show you people that you might be interested in or in your area or something, you're able to pick and follow, or how does that go so that your ad doesn't just sit in your own box and is never seen?
So for an ad, you choose an area, things like that. For your account, you're going to select the neighborhood that you're in, and it'll show you posts based off of that neighborhood. And you don't necessarily like follow people.
Can you follow more than one neighborhood? Cause I'm semi-interested in what's going on in my neighborhood.
Are you being nosy?
No, I'm not all that interested in what's going on in here, I already know, I've been there 25 years.
Let's see. So I'm not.
So I want them to know me, I mean, I've gone around to the postcards and knocked on the doors and
Settings.
and they still go to real estate
You knock on
agents.
people's doors?
In
In
my own
this day and
neighborhood,
age?
my own neighborhood, yes, why not? I'm like, hey, I'm your neighbor, I'm here for you, blah, blah. They still put up other signs in there.
The only thing, I don't know. This is-
Everybody knows somebody who's a real estate agent, right?
Yeah.
Next door, they put like ridiculous stuff. It's a lot of gossip stuff. Who's-
It is a lot of gossip.
Here.
Yeah.
Who went through a stop sign? I mean, some of this stuff.
Your next door?
Yeah, in next door, I get all the
Same
a lot of
people
BS
are-
stuff.
They do the same.
You know, I don't know if I can eliminate that, but a lot of, I would never put 50% of what I read on there, period.
Okay,
People have to be a little wacky.
good to know.
Which it is that, yes, there is the drama behind all of it for sure. Because neighborhood gossip.
No more, because if anybody's not happy with you, they are going to pick you apart.
Yeah,
Everybody,
You're a contractor.
they really do.
That's true with
By the way,
anything
you
though.
do know that between the three of us, this 1 hour class is gonna become a 7 hour class now.
I don't think so. But it is
Sorry.
But that risk is with all social media. At the end of the day, your Google business page, you're a realtor, you're very searchable. As much as you would maybe not want to be, you are. It's very easy. Because even just right out the gate, you're on so many different platforms as soon as you list a property. You're on 1,000 different websites, your name, your contact information, all of it. So if someone's gonna post something bad about you or anything like that, it would be so easy for them to do it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're on Nextdoor or if you're on anything else.
So be nice to
Yeah.
them.
And then Lisa has a question, is Nextdoor easier on PC or phone? So I just realized I'm logged into the wrong account. This is a business account. So I think this one, from what I've experienced, it's pretty easy on both. I've logged into another agent's Nextdoor on my computer and it worked very easily. I didn't do it on my phone, but I'd imagine all social media apps are pretty optimized for phones as well. But that's Nextdoor. It's much easier. You can post just text, videos, images, anything like that. But it is very hyper local, and you choose the area that you're posting to, which is very nice.
Okay, on Instagram, basically it's pictures and video. So that might be a platform that you can drive around and talk on your phone and throw it on Instagram.
Yeah. Which, I mean, the only thing you can't use Instagram for really is text posts. Like if you want to write a big article or anything like that, you can't post that on Instagram.
But you can comment on your own
Yeah.
video, or you can put something above your video,
Mhm.
or,
Yep. You can do that.
but if you put that video on there, it's only gonna be 24 hours unless you pin it.
No. So that's only for stories. So there's a difference between, so stories are the only ones that vanish in 24 hours. A regular post, like an image, stays until you delete it. And then a reel or a video post will stay until you delete it. And a reel and a video post are the same thing.
And then the feed, how's,
The feed is just what you see. The feed is just the other people's content, is all that is. Yeah. And so the next one we're going to go over is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is for professionals at the end of the day. And when it comes to your LinkedIn profile, it's pretty much a resume. So this one, you can be very professional. I would highly recommend any certifications you put on there. I mean, you can do that for all of them, but it makes a lot more sense to put them on here. Previous work experience, people like to see that as well. Brenda used to work for a title company. That's important information, right? It's still real estate centric, all of that, and it's very helpful. Candace, you run a cleaning business in the past. People like to know that you have business experience, right? Running your own business, things like that. There's a lot of skills that come along with it. So filling this out and having all of that info on there is important. Another important aspect of LinkedIn is you don't want to make connections with other realtors unless they're in other states. I don't know why, but it seems like realtors seem to want to be connected with all the realtors in their community. That doesn't benefit you whatsoever.
Do you feel that way about Align too?
Align?
Yeah, have you seen that Align? All these realtors want to be my friend on Align.
I don't know if I've
And I
heard
think
of
it's a
it.
referral type of business, which obviously would make sense.
I feel like it makes sense if they're in different regions, right? But I wouldn't think that would make sense for anyone locally. Like if you've got a lot of Lake County agents trying to hit you up on that, I don't think that's beneficial, right?
So with LinkedIn, would you suggest that not friend them, or whatever you call it on that, and get rid of them?
100%. You would want to unlink those connections. Ultimately, is what it is. Anyone who's local to you, be friends with them on Facebook, be friends with them on Instagram, LinkedIn, not so much. It's not worth your time. If anything, you want to be friends with anyone who's like an HR representative, anyone who handles relocation, any hiring specialists for companies. Follow CEOs, follow anyone who's business related, who's probably going to buy or sell properties.
Do you suggest paying for this Because
Premium.
it does have that, yeah, you get a free account, but if you pay for it, what are the perks?
That's a great question. We would have to look for it. I do know there is the recruiting side of all of this, which you can pay for, which you guys most likely aren't looking to hire other people. I haven't looked into, let's see, we've got the upgraded page
We
here.
got the Tournament Premium for $0.
So the premium company page, see who's visited, grow your page followers faster with automatic invites, or attract and convert more clients with custom call to action buttons. So I don't know if that's necessarily worth it. It depends on what your goals are. I would say for the sake of you guys, and just starting with it, it's not worth it right now. I would clean up all of your connections, which you can go in here if you go to connections. And you can click the three dots and you can remove the connection. So if you've got agents that are local, that you know it's not going to benefit your business in any way, remove them. I think anyone who's not in the state, anyone who's not in like our local area, even like Columbus, Cincinnati, anywhere where you're not willing to work, that's a good connection to have.
Where did you get the connections?
So when you go to your profile, you'll see there's a couple different spots. I guess that's not where I was, but it'll be connections down here and it'll say how many you have.
Well, does it differentiate if it's a local realtor, or you're gonna have to look at each one?
You'd have to look.
So
Yeah.
you're not wiping them out as a group.
Correct, yeah. And I think you can only do them individually anyway. So you just go through and remove the connection individually. But yeah, so you don't really want to be friends with those people. It doesn't benefit you in any way.
The homepage action, because when I come in, I see up at the top, I'm looking for blah, blah. I can see across the top, little house, home, network, job, messaging, notification, is that?
So this is the home, that
'cause I
home.
don't see them, so.
And if you're not logged in, it's gonna look very different.
well,
You should have your face on the left-hand side and everything.
And if she goes to the top where it says me and clicks on that and then goes into the profile.
You can do that as well. Yeah.
Okay,
Did that work?
And then in terms of what you post on LinkedIn, this one, most people, I would say this should just be very business related. It's a business platform. I wouldn't post a bunch of personal stuff. I definitely wouldn't delve into politics or anything controversial on here. Because
Shouldn't
it's
do that on anything anyway.
no, but especially not on this one. I don't think that's beneficial. You can do text-based things. So if you're good at writing articles, or if you just like articles as posts, this is a great way to post them. And I would just put as much value on this as possible. So market updates, you can do videos on here, but it seems that it's more text and image based most of the time. I don't come across a ton of videos. And then you can also do advertising through here if you would like.
okay, this says Candace, you're not verified yet, verified members get 60% more profile views on average, verified now. So, okay, need to do that?
Well, you can get 60% more views, I guess. So that one's totally up to you.
Okay.
But if you need assistance, it will have to wait until round two. So, any questions on LinkedIn? No? Cool. So the next one that we're just going to kind of look at is going to be YouTube. So this one is all video based. This is no images, no text really, except for whatever you put in the descriptions. It's all videos. And it's broken into a few different types of videos. So you've got your long form content, which is pretty much whatever all of this is. And then you've also got your reels on here as well, or your shorts, right? So when we look at all of this, this is just the home page. You've got the opportunity to put in your links. I mean, you can see subscribers, everything like that. And then you'll see all of your videos. So you've got all your videos in here. You can see what gets views, what does not get views. And one of the nice things about YouTube is it's evergreen. So it doesn't matter when you posted it. You could have posted it 10 years ago. If someone's looking for Katrina Spencer, it's going to pop up, even though it's a 3-year-old video. That is one of the nice things about YouTube. And then you've got shorts now as well, which these are basically just like reels or any other kind of video like that. It's a quick social media, just kind of viewing. You go through and you look at everything. And then you can group things into playlists to make them more searchable for any of your needs or for your followers' needs. And then you've got posts over here as well.
When was the last time we published something on YouTube from our,
Looked like Darty was in there.
So for this, I mean, I create a lot of tech videos. So the last time I posted something on here was 2 months ago. But in terms of these, I'm not, this is back in 2023. So we haven't done stuff like this in a little while.
I saw
And,
Danielle Dooley come up as the agent spotlight, it's, she been gone for a while.
yeah, no, some of these are a little old for sure.
What's really sad is somebody that's passed away coming up on something.
Yeah, that is always hard.
How they changed that.
But it's mainly used for videos, all of that content, and video editing is a whole other beast. So you can always do what Joe does and just do a quick take in your car, and you can post that everywhere for the most part. Minimal editing.
I always talking in the car.
Relax as you
No, you're just sitting there, it's.
go. Yeah.
And then Lisa had mentioned in regards to LinkedIn, it makes sense to contact or connect with lenders and title people in your industry. Yes, appraisers, inspectors, any vendors like plumbers, electricians, anything like that for sure. Cool. So the next one that we're going to go over is TikTok, which this one is also purely video based. So this one's all videos. It's all short videos for the most part, I would say, and things that catch your attention, right? So even just looking at this guy, it's a bunch of different cuts. He's moving around, whatever. It's about whatever that is, because I'm not logged into an account, so it's just whatever popped up. But you can see all of it is just quick, 100%. Something that's also interesting about TikTok is they've got their TikTok shop, which seems to just advertise all the time and links and things for sale, and people are constantly selling things. In terms of like real estate, you can't list necessarily your services on there, right? But what you can do, and what I would recommend doing for TikTok, is fill out your profile, and then you've got links, and I would connect that back to your website or to Facebook or somewhere else or anywhere else, where they can book a time with you or something similar. And all you'll use for this is just honestly kind of have fun with it. This you just want to gain eyes and then direct them to a website or somewhere to put their information in. This one is definitely more fun, creative, kind of do whatever you can with it, and it's all videos.
It's hard to figure this one
Well,
out.
you see what he
It
does,
is.
he had his, look at the very end, he puts his website, where you can buy these, I don't know. At the very end, cause there was the .com right in the middle of the screen.
Yeah,
Link.
link in bio. So you put the link back on your profile and people click it there.
In bio.
Yeah.
Oh, take TikTok versus Instagram. What's the difference?
So they're owned by two totally different companies. There's that. And so their algorithm is very different. So it seems like TikTok is very good at pushing your content into people who will like it. So Instagram is a little more generalized because it's owned by Facebook and Meta and all of that. So those two are very similar. But this one's very good at just promoting based off of what people like, not based off of follower count, not based off of whether or not you're verified, not based off of any of that. Whereas Facebook and Instagram more so are. So what you can do with this, and this is something that Gary Vee had mentioned as well, you could create a brand new account today, post one video, and it'll probably get more views and interactions than his videos will, posting for the last 10 years, whatever it is, 5 years, because it's based off of what people like and not necessarily how many people are following you, prior engagement, history with it, whatever.
But who will see it? Yeah.
Whoever is probably going to like it. That's what it's based off
I
of.
mean, somehow we'll send it to people who will be interested in what you've just put up there.
Exactly.
It's got its own brain and it's sending it to
Mhm.
whoever they feel will like that. Oh.
Yep.
that's interesting.
Based off of other stuff that they've liked or engaged with in the past.
Is there a length that you have to stay under on a TikTok video?
I think now they go up to like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. So they can go very long. But even if it's long, because this guy's probably like 45 seconds, anything like that, you're good. I don't think the length necessarily matters, but how well you keep their attention. Like if you look, not one scene lasts longer than 2 seconds.
Right.
Like it's switching, even if it's the same kind of view of him, it switches over like that. Like it's every second, every 2 seconds.
And ads side of these too.
They can be, yeah. You can also post ads through there. Actually, through command, you can post onto TikTok as advertisements as well. Obviously, it's going to be a video ad of whatever it is, but it is an option.
That's really interesting that you bring it up, that he switches.
Yep.
That shows how short of a attention span is with people these days, right?
Attention span is terribly short.
That's
Oh.
Even
little kid.
the video that I created for Red Day, its base is 5 seconds for each photo. And I was sitting there watching it. And I was like, this feels like forever. Anything longer than 3 seconds feels like it's too long if it's something static and there's not a lot going on. It
Yeah,
has to be so short.
Social media has destroyed the attention span. And what you'll notice too is you won't want to read as much as you used to. When it just get to the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, skim real fast, but get to the point and get out of there.
With social
That's
media
bad.
and information being at your fingertips, you can literally have all the answers you want immediately if you want. So, yes.
A little bit about me, to send out prior to, and I know right now, it's too long, probably don't be.
Yeah,
I better shorten it up.
Yeah, everything's too long. If you think about it, you're always spending too much time on it.
and if you notice too, our news on TV is bam, bam, quick, everything is quick, concise, to the point. You're
Always.
watching the
I'm a
network.
detail person and I appreciate detail, but I'm a boomer, right?
So,
do you think-
Actually, you might be Generation Jones.
Yeah, you think the age group
That's the new one.
determines where they go? They would
That's
do
the
something,
membership part of it.
the
Look it up.
youngest people like TikTok the best over Instagram or?
yes. So there are age groups found in specific areas. So TikTok is definitely it's much younger. And then Facebook is older. I would say LinkedIn's got this middle ground of all young people are kind of forced to do it. I know in college they forced us to build out profiles and everything. So that one on LinkedIn. So that one is good general, yeah, because it acts like a resume, right? Instagram is normally, I would say, millennial Gen Xer a little bit on that one. And then Nextdoor doesn't really, I would say, is probably a little older. Just because we think about the average age of the first time home buyer being 40. So we think about that in terms of neighborhoods. And then YouTube, that one is a wide array. YouTube has been around for so long and it's got content for tiny little kids. A lot of kids are on it. All the way up to, like we said, you can learn brain surgery on there if you want. So you've got quite a wide variety
Yeah.
on that one.
X and Threads seems to be more famous people.
Yes, that one is different, and those are totally text-based. Like, they can, I mean, have images, but ultimately it's a lot of just, oh, what are your thoughts at this point in time? And you just post it in 20 words and call it good.
And it's
Yeah.
very, I feel, more of politics as.
It can be, yeah. Depends. And once again, it's always the algorithm, whatever you interact with, whatever you spend time on. Yeah, and also who you're following. And people tend to be way more opinionated on there, I've
Yeah.
come to find.
Yeah.
Because even Grok is an AI built by X,
Excuse me.
and it's
I forgot.
What makes
have fun.
Oh, boy.
Um, Grok is backed by X and all of that, and it's a very opinionated AI, and it's got kind of jarring views on things. So people are very open about their opinions there. Yes, they relentless.
To bring them down off that roof.
Yeah. So any questions on TikTok? Anything like that? No? Cool. So then the last one we're going to, and this one is probably a little bit of an odd one, but it's great for creating content being in real estate, but it's Pinterest. Does anyone use Pinterest?
I look at clothes, like outfits.
Okay.
Pieces that go there for design ideas for showers and.
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Surprisingly, a ton of people use Pinterest. And a lot of it is for ideas, things like that. But you can also use it in the real estate world for content. So what you can do is you can find whatever you're interested in, like if you like specific architecture, whatever, and you can build out, what is it called? Boards here, right? So this popped up, so I just found blueprints. And you can build out these boards, and then you can share all of these as content. You can share it to all of your other social media areas, and then people can connect with you on here as well. And this is a great way to produce quick content. Just look at things, find like maintenance tips, right? You can find real estate content on here, like home buyers tips, things like that. Natalie Antosh here, she does great. Would you prefer X or X or Y, right? Would you prefer a pool or a large backyard type posts? You can use this for things similar. But it's very easy just to kind of look at things, create content, and make connections with people that also like the same things as you. Clothes is an easy one too. And technically it's a personal kind of connection, right? That's not anything related to business, but it's something quick to post, right? And this one,
So how do you bring them back to become a client?
interaction. At the end of the day, you want to get them to
Okay.
interact.
At some point you're dropping.
Well, because you're posting this on your Facebook that says you're a real estate agent. And all of that's on there. Sometimes a personal post is good just to be a personal post and to make that connection with them. And really the easiest way on any one of these is to have a link here that says get in contact with me. And it's just a form to your KW website that says interested, let's talk, and they put their information in.
So that's the website, is that what they click on, I think takes them right to the website where they put their name and address.
Yep, exactly. And so you can do that here. You can do it on Instagram. Pretty sure you can do it on Nextdoor. You can do it on LinkedIn. You can do it here, here,
Okay.
here. And you just really want on every single profile a link that takes them to either schedule a time with you or sign up for more information.
And where does that go?
If you do it through your KW website, like sign up for more information, it'll go into your command account and you'll get a notification. And then if you have them schedule a time with you, you can do like a TidyCal or a Calendly. Those are very easy to set up. They can actually pick a time to meet with you. But I will say if you do that, you have to have a very clean calendar and be very good about managing your calendar.
Would want it to contact me on the phone.
You can do that as well.
But I don't check it with me.
Well, you should. You should check command every single day. But there is also a way to just have them call. You can create a page on your command account that just goes to a call me button and they can just call you. That's also an option. But yeah, and Pinterest is mainly for content, I would say. You can make some personal connections on there, but it's not big on anything. If you look when you saw this home screen, obviously it all looks like the same stuff, but this is what that feed looks like. It's just information, a lot of ads, things like that. But it's just images, not information, sorry.
Lululemon, that's a clothing thing too.
It is, yes.
I really recommend anyone for more.
And then Lisa says she recommends anyone looking for more about social media to watch the Ignite After Dark from last night.
Oh.
Very informative, yes. Which I believe they have recordings of them if you sign up for Ignite as well.
Where do we watch those at?
So for Ignite, they are on the calendar. You can do those here, and then you do have to register for them to have access to that.
If I can get the link, I will send it. Sorry. But I watched both East Coast and West Coast last night, and they were totally different. The West Coast one was updated with a lot more information. She was talking about Gary V and you know what he was talking about as far as videos and all kinds of things. So it was really really informative. And if you guys want, I can show you what I did like in 4 minutes last night learning that it was just a market update through RPR and just how AI did it. And it was really, it's just very, very interesting. So
Yeah,
just
please share. I'll
just
let
so
you
you
share
all
your
know.
screen if you want.
What's that?
I'll let you share your screen. Do you want to share it real quick?
I can.
If you're
Uh,
able.
If I can
Tell me to
if
put it
I
on
can
the
figure it
spot.
out.
Let's see. I'm gonna make you
Oh,
a
here we
co-host.
go. Share.
I was gonna watch that last night.
I don't know how to share. Oh, there it is.
I tuned in last week and they were talking about how I had an open house and I had seen it. I thought they were having like a sequel to that. Let's see.
Okay, can you see it?
Screen grab.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So just on my page, sorry, I gotta move you guys around. I'm on my phone. But just on our team page, I was able to put this together. I mean, literally in a few minutes. Um,
Oh,
and
that's good.
it's just marketing in Eastlake. But I didn't it took me 4 minutes to do this, you guys, and it was incredible using AI through the RPR website. So it's a video, so you could use it as a reel, but it's also kind of static. So, you know, I haven't created our page for all the other social media outlets. But they also were saying that 80 something percent of adults use YouTube, which is well over what even Facebook is doing. So I just, if I can find the link, I'll send it to Zach and he can send it to you guys. But it was frankly pretty awesome. So
No, that's great information. And thank you for sharing that about RPR. I didn't know that they had updated it to do videos like that, actually.
Hey, Lisa,
yes.
can you make sauce?
So like spaghetti sauce?
Yeah.
That is, I'm Hungarian. That's my husband's job.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, you're quite the catch if you can make sauce too.
I'm the paprikash girl. Yeah.
Oh, gosh, that's-
Why is everything
How about that
doing
recipe?
that? Yeah. Sweet. Well, thank you, Lisa. Does anyone have any questions after going through all of that together? Any questions for Lisa? Anything at all?
No, this was a good class.
Sweet. Well, thank you all for joining. I will send you guys all the recording as well after the fact so you can watch it. And if you guys ever have any questions, let me know. If I get the link from Lisa, I'll attach that as well. But
Cool.
sweet. You guys have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.